training others too. I wanted to be that guy that was looked at as, their motivating trainer, not the one handing them some dose of, misinformation. I'm going to say it again about how they're just going to lose muscle mass over the years, regardless of what they do, and that's a losing battle. Well, this isn't entirely true, okay? Welcome back to Official John Hart. I am John Hart, your host, and today I'm discussing with you the over 40 crowd and the ability to build muscle. Okay? In today's society and all media outlets, we seem to have this constant barrage of misinformation stating that you're going to lose muscle mass with each year that passes past the age of 35 or 40, something like that. I don't know. I never gave it much weight because I'm really an optimist when it comes to training and building my body and getting into the types of things in bodybuilding in general, just, with a competitive mindset. That's what I've done. So, and then training others too. I wanted to be that guy that was looked at as, their motivating trainer, not the one handing them some dose of, misinformation. I'm going to say it again about how they're just going to lose muscle mass over the years, regardless of what they do, and that's a losing battle. Well, this isn't entirely true, okay? I'm going to give you guys two categories that I'm going to kind of divide that over 40 crowd into, as well as two major tips on how to overcome this battle and build muscle past 40, okay? The first part is this. The first group, I should say, is this. There's those of you who are just starting to work out and you're, in your 40s or just slightly over 40. When you hit that age range, first of all, whether you are 20, 40, 60, you still, at that age of just over 40, you still have the ability to grow muscle because you have not done this activity. So technically, just stepping in the gym, you're going to have some amazing newbie gains, just like a 20-year-old would. Maybe not to that high extent because the hormones are a little bit higher when we're 20 years old. But the fact of the matter is that you're going to make amazing gains. You also have the ability to build muscle while dropping body fat. That is like the holy grail of bodybuilding right there. So enjoy those gains while they come, okay? Is it true that you can just work out any way you want to and see progress? I don't like to say that. In fact, I believe that you still have to train smart, train hard, and then you'll get the best progress, okay? I'll refer you to one of my books, Year One in the Beginning, for if you're a beginner, you can maximize that lean muscle mass growth during that first year, okay, of your training. Year One in the Beginning. That's one group. You should look forward to some amazing progress, okay? The other group is the ones who have been training, sometimes since you were teenagers, sometimes since you were in your 20s, and now you find yourself around 40 years old. You haven't seen gains in many years, and it's pretty much just a habit of you going to the gym, and it's also a habit of you kind of ignoring your little injuries, and it's more of a social thing. So for you guys, here's the unfortunate news. If all of those things are true, and you want to continue to do it that way, well, to have something different, you need to do something different. So if you're going to continue to just go to the gym and go through the motions with half-assed workouts and get all social the whole time without putting in a decent set of headphones and training with some kind of intensity, and then having a really nice diet on top of it all, well, then I can tell you, no, you won't be making any progress. I'll tell you that right out the gate. And yeah, you can forget it. Over 40, you won't be making gains that way, that's for sure. But what if you wanted to? Okay, there is a way to do that. How do you do that? Well, by doing the opposite of what I just said. Throw on some headphones, going to the gym, become a little antisocial, maybe even change gyms for a temporary time period, and not be known where you're at, and go ahead and start blasting away with higher intensity, with more meaning, with more determination in your workouts. Notice I'm not even saying what workouts. I just used a whole bunch of other words right there. I highly recommend you do go to my workouts in Physique 101, you can go and get that book, or you can get my training course. I'll put the links down below in this video description for all of my courses as well as my products. I recommend you get Physique 101. It'll give you some really great ideas on how to intensify your workouts. Get to another gym, wear headphones, there's an option. Time your workouts so that you know that what would normally take you 45 minutes, you should not take 50 or 55 minutes to do. You've lowered effectively the effectiveness of your workouts by doing that. Okay? I just double entendred myself, didn't I? You lowered effectively the effectiveness of your workouts. You've just lowered the effectiveness of your workouts. That's all it is. So, what can we do about that? Again, be determined. Perhaps get a new training partner and commit to a solid 8 weeks, 12 weeks, 16 weeks of training very hard, very smart. And two other things, for God's sakes, if you're running around with these little injuries and, oh, your insurance doesn't cover it, for God's sake, split with a few dollars, find yourself a good soft tissue person and fix the injuries, okay, before you start blasting away. Okay, that would probably help. And then lastly, as you are over 40, it doesn't matter whether you're in group 1 or group 2, a newbie or an experienced trainee, you're going to have to, this is one of my 2 tips right here. One of my 2 tips is to increase your protein, increase the percentage of protein in your diet, decrease the percentage of carbohydrates in your diet. It's a known fact that your body, as you get older, the need for protein will increase due to the fact that your ability to break down and assimilate protein somewhat decreases. And that's an enzyme issue. You can use some digestive enzymes. I'll put a link down below for you to show you the digestive enzymes that I use and recommend, okay, for protein digestion, to increase your protein digestion as you get older. This is very, very important. So it's increasing the protein consumption and decreasing the carbohydrates because, yes, a lot of people out there become insulin resistant.
You can get the John Hart AI 25 coaching tool downloaded onto either your phone or your laptop today. Just go down below in this video's description and hit the link to get it. Please, before you go, remember also to like and subscribe this video and hit the notification bell to let YouTube know that you want to know when new videos come out from John Hart.